Okay, so we're partially boarded. You can see expanding glue in all of the joints there of the boards. That's just to make sure it's all super airtight. You've got a big cavity around the outside here. That's where the isolation shell wall will go. It doesn't touch the inner wall of the studio, this mix room, in any way. The isolation shell wall is kind of just like the bunker wall that's separate. It's just another layer of mass. As I mentioned, the Studflex pads on the load bearing walls have got a different density to the Studflex pads in the centre of the room. There's various different densities that are laid out. There's a bit of a science to it, of which I can't answer, like most things. But you can see the arrangement here. So the boards are put directly on top of the Studflex pads, and obviously the Studflex pads are siliconed in place, and as the boards go down, they're checked very carefully, and hopefully on Monday we'll be out of the ground. Okay, so the floating floor is down. You can see some timber work on the outside of the room. There's a bit more timber work to be done, and then kiln dried sand will be poured in there before another layer of boards that goes on top. You can see where they've marked where all the Studflex pads are, so you can see where the joists can go. So we're out of the ground. Sand is going down, and then the boards are going to go on top of there probably tomorrow, and then we are fully floated floor. Okay, so it's a bit dark. As you can see, the kiln dried sand is now poured into all the cavities between the joists. Each joist has got glue underneath it, expanding glue, so that none of the sand can actually get underneath each joist. Obviously you don't want at a later date that to push the joists up in any way. You can see they've partially boarded the room. This will be finished tomorrow. Expanding glue is put between all of the tongue and groove chipboard sections, and it's just a completely airtight seal, really. I have not seen a video that sort of explains how a floating floor is built. I'm sure there are some on the internet, but it's a bit of a dark art. But now that you can see that we're out of the ground, it's not actually that complicated. Yep, so it's Studflex pads, chipboard, studs, kiln dried sand, another layer of chipboard, and shitloads of glue. So you know a studio is being built when you get this amount of rock wool delivered. Okay, so the boards are almost down. There is going to be some data and electrical cables run through the sand, and they're going to pop up in this location here, just for my equipment rack, so that we don't have trailing cables. And we've also got the scaffolding arrived here for the isolation shell wall to be built. Obviously it's a tall wall, so it's 7 meters high. So it's a heck of a span, so they're going to need some strong blokes lifting that up, and that's where the other wall goes down there. I'll update later.